and goes until about 2 p.m. And then it's fine from 2 p.m. till 9:15 the next day. It's weird. Just right in that 9:15 to 2 p.m. time slot.
Weird. Let's see here. Okay, we're live. Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker. Hey, no, you be nice. Ah! There you go. What? Come here. Come here. Be nice. How's everybody doing today? Ringo had to put his 2 cents in. Trying to get live here and everything situated. I like the Zoom app, but with my computer, my computer doesn't like it. So I don't know. We make do. Make it work. Let's see, get on live. I got the chat popped out. All right, I think we're good. All situated.
I have been a busy boy this morning. I washed some dishes and I fed the dogs and I got my orders packed.
Wow, look at you.
Now I'm tired.
Yeah, you're all worn out, huh?
8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I've finished my day's work.
Hello, Mr. Bum Crack Picker, Texas Brenda.
Bum Crack Picker.
My daughter messaged me yesterday. She goes, how many shows were you on yesterday? I said, well, I was on my show, and then I did a little live with Texas Val because she wanted to open some boxes live. And then I was on Beth's show last night, Reseller Rowboat, and that was fun. But yeah, it was a busy day yesterday. I had so I had this problem on Sunday where when I went to start the car, it was like sluggish, and so I knew it was either had to do something with the battery or the alternator. So I went to Walmart, good old Walmart, and I pulled in there, walked in. I said, is there any way to get my battery checked? And she said, well, it depends on how long you want to wait. And I was like, well, how long is it going to take? And she said, well, it'll be about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And I said, to check a battery? And she said, yeah. She said, all of our technicians are busy. And I said, well, do you work in this department? She said, yeah, I'm the manager. And I said, well, can you do it? And she, oh, no, I can't. I can't do that. And I said, well, I'll just take my business elsewhere. And walked out and then went over to O'Reilly's. He brought a contraption, a machine out. He checked the battery and he checked the starter, and then he checked the alternator, and something about the voltage in the alternator is gone bad or is going bad. So yeah, so now my alternator's going out in my van, so I've got that scheduled to get fixed. But nobody can get to it. The first guy I called, he wasn't even able to get to it till October. I'm like, how do you guys run a business? How do these people stay in business? Well, the first guy I went to, he didn't even call me back. So,
Wow.
and then the second guy, he's like, yeah, I won't be able to get you until October. And I said, well, go ahead and pencil me in for October. Called another place, and he can get me in, but not until next Tuesday. I'm like, and I said, well, go ahead and pencil me in.
Sorry.
I don't know. I don't understand. So anyway, so I got to hold out till next Tuesday.
Come on, work with me here.
Hmm.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, hang on a minute. Let me get rid of this other me.
Okay. I just wanted to let you know we're here. Hey there, Liz. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Hank. There's Ansley. Bum crack picker. So yeah, after all that happened, then I got home situated about 2:30, and yeah, it was just kind of a whirlwind yesterday. But I got through it. I hate having car trouble.
I'm ready for teleporter capabilities, or be able to apparate like they do on Harry Potter, or some BS like that. Like this morning, I had to take Vanya to Concord. He's at a symposium this week. Well, he's wrapping up today. Going there, it took me about 45 minutes. Coming back, it took me almost 2 hours.
Oh my gosh!
Because of the traffic.
Ugh.
And they're getting ready to do construction on 485, and
oh my gosh,
on our end of it, which up where your daughter lives, they perpetually under construction up there. But
yeah, every time that I've went there, 77's always been. They're always working on that.
Oh yeah, they will till they get transporter capability.
Yeah, it's always something. Yep.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
But yeah, all in all, yesterday was an okay day. I mean, once I got home and got situated, then Valerie messaged me and said, "Hey, do you want to go live?" And so I was like, "Yeah, let's go." So she had her stuff going. She was going through her jewelry, her boxes of jewelry and her things that she had gotten from other people. She has boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff, and it's a lot of it is just stuff that she's either ordered and hasn't had a chance to open yet, and so.
Well, we went. Was it whose channel was she on when she was opening a box? Was that it? Wasn't her channel? Was it your channel?
No.
Sally's channel. It was somebody's channel, and she went through. Unless I dreamt the whole thing, she opened up a box of stuff.
It was hers.
Was it?
I believe so.
Remember.
Oh, what happened to my chat here? Restore chat.
Have you got your hat yet?
I did. I got my hat yesterday, and I love it. Absolutely love it.
Well, show them that damn hat that's taking you a month to get.
Let me go get it. It's right here. It's beautiful. I think it's beautiful anyway.
This wasn't as good today as it normally is.
Hey, Kathy.
Hey, how are y'all?
We're doing good.
Kathy.
Marcel's talking about Sonic. I went and picked him up this morning, so.
Okay.
Okay, let me.
Oh, cool hat.
Pop out the chat. I don't know what happened to my pop out, but come on.
We're blurry looking on YouTube. I don't know what's going on with that.
Really?
Huh. Yeah, mine was. Let me reload it real quick. For a bunch of, hey Liz, twin.
Gina, I've been, and good morning. I don't think I've spoken to you before. I've been in Greensboro, and it's been just as damn bad as Charlotte is, because Greensboro is like Charlotte. It's got two major interstates connecting.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, one of 85 and 40 intersect connect together right there. So you get a lot of traffic between it and Raleigh.
Yeah, I think we're gonna one of these days I'm gonna get my daughter and we're gonna go up to Asheville, and I can't believe I said that right.
To where?
to Asheville.
You said it right.
I know. I'm like, because usually people say Asheville,
Asheville. That's what I'd
Yeah.
say, Asheville.
but it's actually like Louisville.
Yeah.
You don't say Louisville. So, but yeah, this is a really cool. I love the tack work there with the. I don't know if that's real leather, but it looks like it is. Yeah, I just like that design, and then it's got the straw up here and then the leather overlay. I just love that. It's just a very, and I need to put that in, that name, and see what that means.
I don't want to see it on Poshmark or eBay now.
Oh no, it's not leaving this. I mean, it's not leaving my personal. This is mine. I won't sell this.
It
I
might
think
need to
that's
be
a
cleaned up
province
little
in
bit.
Mexico.
Huh?
I think that's a province in Mexico.
Yeah.
Kinda like
Tama,
Texas is a state. I think that's a province in Mexico.
Tamaulipas.
Gina, she comes to Charlotte about once a year
Twice
to
a year.
visit her daughter. We got together the last time and had lunch. It was
Yeah.
real nice. The young lady with the purple hair. That's if you go to a restaurant with her and you get there by yourself, just ask for the young lady with the purple hair.
They'll know who you're talking about.
Because when we met at the restaurant, they said, a party of one? And I said, no, I'm here to meet some other people. And he said, a bunch of men or a young lady with purple hair? And I said, that's the one.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I love doing that. I love, meeting people. I mean, that just makes my trip even better, just adds another perk. So, I'd like to, next time I get to California, I'd like to meet up with Rita. I think her name on here is Scully Fashions or something to that effect.
Rita, yeah, I think so. Scully Fashions.
Something
Yeah.
to that effect. Yeah.
I think that's her.
But yeah, I wanna meet up with her. But
Tamaulipas is it's a border state to Texas.
okay.
It's right on the Rio Grande.
Okay. But yeah, I just love that. I would love to learn how to do like leather tack work. I would just love that.
I actually got a kit for that. I got in one of the storage units a while back. I just listed it again. It's actually pretty cool. It's heavy though. It's like Jesus, but it's it's an older one. It's in a wooden box. It's actually kind of nice. It has the patterns and the books to it.
There
Which
used to be
which is cool.
There used to be a place here in Charlotte called Tandy Leather, which I think was a sister company to Radio Shack.
Mm-hmm.
And they had all the leather making supplies and crafty things. And my brother used to go up there and get stuff because he would make his own custom harnesses for his the dogs he field trialed, Brittany Spaniels.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to go up there and get a lot of stuff and just the tools to be able to repair some of his tack work for their horses and whatnot. It was a real cool place.
I don't know. Yesterday, Hank almost had us down a bad rabbit hole if it wasn't for Tara bringing us back out of it.
What did she do?
She showed us some kind of belt that she had. We wasn't too sure what it was.
Yeah. And
Tara
it,
had to rein us back in.
did they ever decide whether it was a belt or a stirrup or an eel?
I don't know. I think she's still got it. I don't know if she got it unbuckled or not. I don't know if she's in the chat yet or not. She was here earlier, but Tara reined us back in.
There you go.
Tara had to play mama yesterday.
Man, you guys were talking about everything, huh?
We
We were
always
talking
do.
about religion here and then yeah, belts and all that kind of stuff.
And I'm gonna step on Valerie's toes for just a minute, since she's really the manager of this thing. And
Hank.
say, if we offended anybody yesterday, we're sorry.
Yeah, and normally I would have. I mean, I don't want to like squash anybody's conversation or whatever, but it didn't get controversial to me. I think it was a good conversation, and I was just kind of waiting for it to kind of head south, and then I would have squashed
Right.
it, but it's hard to do that when you're in a conversation and stuff. So I was watching close, and
Well, we weren't pointing fingers at anybody.
No.
We weren't saying, Kathy, if you don't straighten up, you're going to go straight to the fiery pits of hell. None of that
I
kind of
already
stuff.
know I'm going. Shit.
We were talking about everybody's denomination. So, like I said, I was thinking about that last night going to bed. Like, I hope we didn't blow off some of Valerie's viewers because of it, but
No.
it was just a conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
The good thing about Valerie's viewers, they're a lot of thick-skinned people that hang out here and know who we are and what we talk about, and they know where the home button is, and they don't whine and cry about a lot of stuff. So
Right.
we have some great viewers and a great bunch of people in here. So
Absolutely.
We're called grown-ups, Kathy.
Yeah.
We're grown-ups.
That's the thing, is if you're ever watching a YouTube video and you don't like it, you don't agree with it, you don't, you can always hit the, off button.
if you think Todd talks too much and he never shuts up and stops rambling, you can hit the home.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And there's been a few times where there's been people that have said, mentioned something about an episode or, and I'll take that to heart, and I'll apologize for it. But, in the end, if you don't like it, and everybody that watches, everybody knows we talk about everything here. We don't talk just about reselling. We don't talk just about, anything, any one thing. It can go south real quick.
In a heartbeat.
I try to keep it on the tracks, but some of these people like to go off-roading.
Tom, you shouldn't do
That's
that.
okay. That's what makes it interesting.
Well, you know what? It's not necessarily me. It's Tara, because she's the one that's moving to a different country. She's the one that moved from Wisconsin to Kentucky. That's an entirely different country.
Yeah.
Gina said that's why I watch, because it's a great conversation. Have you ever watched? So I don't normally watch like our I guess you call it reruns or replays or what, because I don't like the sound of my voice. I don't like to hear that, on a recording. But have you ever just sat and watched a video, any video really, and shook your head like you were in the conversation?
Yeah.
Or you're laughing, and I mean, you can't talk to nobody because it's a replay, but you just feel like you're involved. So I don't know. I do that a lot.
I have yet to find the episode where Nikki spills her soup. I
You
have,
haven't found that yet, huh?
I've looked and looked and looked and looked. I'm gonna see if I can get YouTube to run to see if they can run their little listener onto it and see if they can find one that sounds like somebody spilling something and going OS, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's in there. It's in there somewhere. But and to tell you the truth, I don't even know. I need to go back into the videos and I need to count and see how many episodes we got. We just might be over 500. I don't know that for sure, but it's hard for me to keep track. I get off track of, keeping count, and then I have to go back and research, and I ain't got no time for that.
That's a long time ago now, really, when you think about it. Nikki's soup spill video.
It was, yeah, it was
3 years or something.
Do you think that Dusty was on at that time?
I think so.
I can't remember.
I don't think he was.
I
think
can't
it
He
was
may
remember.
not have been on that show, but I still think that he came on the chat some at that time.
Yeah, yeah. But
That was a good
yeah,
episode.
there was some good ones. And Nikki, I mean, she always brought her A game. She was always making everybody laugh.
Yeah.
She had some stories. She had some things that had happened on on
Wow,
camera.
she was sitting there in the
Yeah.
car.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
For the
Like,
longest time, my kids thought she was homeless because she only every time you saw her, she was in the van.
A lot of people did.
And
A
then
lot
when
of
her
people
van
thought
broke
that.
down, they're like, "When's Miss Nikki going to get her van back?"
let's get her home back.
Well, it was almost like a series,
Yeah.
a TV series, because, on one we were like, well, when are we going to find out where the dead fish are? And
And on the next episode of the
Yeah.
I
Dick Tracy
know.
Morning Show, will we find out where the dead fish, the frozen fish, and will the man that's renting storage unit 27B, will he return? Because you remember when Nikki was sitting in the van, and
Yeah.
the guy like a couple units up came in, and she's like,
Looking guy, she said.
yeah, her political career went out the window right then because she's making comments about that fella.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. And the one where she what was it? There was a couple that was living in the storage unit.
Yeah.
That was fairly recent though.
Yeah.
That was a good maybe a year or so.
Yeah. And she still hasn't located that female pleasure device. You just know it's going to turn up someplace interesting.
Yep. And
She
it's
better
probably
be
not
lying
gonna.
to us.
It's not gonna be her that finds it. It's gonna be one of her daughters or her husband.
Or she's going to decide to have a yard sale and just start throwing boxes out there on tables. Hey, mommy, what is this?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's good stuff. We have some doozies out there. Bumcrack Picker says, I've only been a YouTube watcher for just over 2 years. I have no idea what I'd done before or how I survived without it. I know, right? I don't see how you are in so many people's chat because
That
you
man does
are
not
everywhere.
sleep. Bless his heart.
Well, first of all, it's about 4:00 in the afternoon his time.
I think he said 2 earlier. I think he gets naps in between everybody's chats.
I don't.
He's just such a sweetheart. He really is.
He is. He keeps track of everybody. I commend him for that.
2:23, he said.
Yep.
I was listening to. It was like 4 guys in the UK. I think it was Sunday,
Mhm.
and they were doing. It was in the afternoon, which was late for them, or in the middle of the evening for them. I would like to do an early show and get a bunch of like the UK people to come on and talk and just share about their, how eBay works for them and going to boot sales and
Yeah.
what is it they call the thrift stores?
Is it a charity shop?
Charity shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would like, where they sell to. Do they ship a lot to the U.S.? That kind of stuff. I just think that would be real interesting.
Yeah. I agree. I think
So
it would be.
Bumcrack, get your camera going, dude. We're gonna do that pretty soon.
I don't know that he has ever been live on anybody's show.
Well, it's time. Unless Bumcrack's 12 years old and he's just acting like an old man.
You
Bumcrack
hacking
is a
everybody?
12-year-old girl is what it is. That's the
Oh
reason.
gosh.
Ainsley, I ran out of creamer this morning. That's why I have no coffee.
Oh,
So I went and got a cherry limeade.
there you go. That'll make up for it, right?
Hey, Deb.
I think in a future live, Bumcrack will be welcoming people aboard the Starship Enterprise.
Or to the pearly gates, one way or the other. He's gonna be greeting everybody.
Welcome aboard.
No, he's not 12.
How about this?
Commander Bumcrack.
maybe the love boat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, I like that, Commander Bumcrack. That sounds like a what's his name? The guy that did like Spaceballs and that kind of stuff.
12.
Milk, thank you.
Question.
What?
What else is that?
Wait a minute.
Hold your horses. So.
No, he's not 12. He's 16 now.
What do you guys got going on today?
Drafts and
More drafts.
more drafts and more listings. And although Friday I did get, I started getting some sales, but I had to put stuff on sale.
Yeah.
Do it, but that's okay. We did pretty good Friday and Sunday, but
Good.
it woke it up a little bit. Hey, Deb.
That's great. Yeah, I got my first.
Good time.
It's technically not my first, but I've had Together I've had it for a while, and I put it on vacation, and I don't know. I was just kind of frustrated and didn't really want to deal with it. So when I went on vacation, I extended it, and I think I put it on till it was like February or I don't know. It was an extended ad. So that was one of the reasons why I wasn't getting any sales, because it was put on vacation. So once I did that, took the vacation off, went in and kind of revamped everything. Yesterday I got my first sale on there in a long time. So, and I don't normally, it's kind of like Bonanza, because you just you import over there and they do everything. They take, if something sells over there, they take it off. If you sell something on another on eBay, it comes off of there. So there's never any, double listing or anything like that. But so I'm hoping that I do better over there this time. I'd like to get about 5 sales a week over there, but I'd be good. I'll be good to get five sales a week on eBay.
Together sounds like the resellers matchmaking site.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Liz says I had to do some chest compressions on my eBay store yesterday. Started a sale, offered to watchers, lowered some prices, and finally got some sales.
As I said, I threatened to go up there to eBay to drive all the way to California, sit in their damn office until I got a damn sale. I guess it worked. One way or the other, y'all gonna get.
They're listening. They're listening.
Because they sure don't want me to come up there and sit with them.
No.
I talked the damn ear off.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, I think we're on the backside of going back to school and all that kind of stuff. Because I was talking to a neighbor, their teachers want for one of their middle schoolers wanted $400 worth of supplies.
What?
400. It cost them $400 to walk out of that Staples, which they were shopping at Staples. So we'll say $300 at Walmart. I mean,
That's crazy.
Ainsley, I was packing bags. I wasn't no threat. That was gonna be a promise. I was gonna be showing up to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just they just gotta stop messing with crap. Just fix it and be done with it.
Yeah. But I think you have to do stuff to your store. But I think if you, and this is something I heard a while back, is if you change too much stuff, because it takes time for all that stuff to, if you do something, if you change something in your store, say you take all the best offers off. Well, it takes time for that to kind of go.
populate.
It takes time for that to do that.
Yeah.
And I think if you make too many changes, it just messes up a lot of stuff. It messes things up. So Ansley says, I haven't listed in 2 weeks. Well, Lord, come on. You gotta get some listing done, Ansley.
I'm hoping that
I was doing 20 to 30 a day. And it's like, are you freaking kidding me? It's just like, but I finally got it to go. So
That's good.
no sugar.
I have got to list myself out from under this death pile.
yeah.
It is starting to cave in on the sides of me.
Uh-oh.
That debt pile he's got over there is just a big old stack of gold rings and bracelets and necklaces. Like you see in like piratey movies. They go into, they find the treasure in the cave, and it's just like big piles of gold, doubloons, and jewelry and crowns and stuff. Well, that's the corner of Todd's room over there.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, I've got a dragon named Smog that guards it and keeps the hobbits away.
Mommy.
Speaking of keeping people away, was Gwen able to go back to work yesterday?
Yeah. And she said her kids were all good until about 7th period, and one of them said, I think I smell skunk. And all the other kids in the class jumped on the kid like, you shut up. You don't be mean to Mrs. Parker.
I'll beat them down.
She should have walked into the principal's office first thing in the morning and said, and like kind of shoved her chest out and turned her head, and she said, now smell me to see if I can come back to work today.
Here, take a whiff of this.
Yeah, smell this.
She would actually probably enjoy doing that because her principal is a former pro baseball player and just a really muscular, handsome looking guy, All the girls in the school, just when he walks by, they just get those dreamy eyes and
oh my goodness.
And
well, that's like one of our schools here. When a friend of mine's a teacher there, and he says his principal is actually in his 40s, but he looks like he's about 24, 25, young like that, and he's fashionably business dressed. He wears a suit and tie to work and all that kind of stuff, but it's very, very fashionable. And he says that the principal can walk into the cafeteria when all these middle schoolers are having lunch, and it just gets real quiet because all the girls just stop and look at him. Not that they're afraid of him. They just, middle school girls and good looking guys. But anyway,
we had a biology teacher like that. Said,
well, when I was in high school, I had this teacher, and she looked like she was a student.
Really?
And actually, she was shorter than most of the girls in her class that she taught.
I'm talking about short people.
Well, I'm just talking about she looked young, and she was short because she's young. And anyway, everybody used to come in there, you know, the boys would hit, not they would play hit on her, that kind of stuff. Let me take you out and buy you a Big Mac this weekend. Then her husband came in, and he was a former Canadian football player.
Oh gosh.
And he was about 6'5" and shoulders as wide as the door frame coming into the classroom. And he dropped out, had to drop some papers she had left off at home. And he's like, you guys have got to quit asking my wife out on dates. It's costing me a lot of money. Because she'll say, I want to go out to eat. And I don't really want to. Well, I've got about 18 boys that keeps asking me out to the movies and to dinner, you know. It might be a Big Mac or pizza, but at least it's going out.
Oh my God.
The dollar menu. Hey, Lori.
Morning.
Morning, Lori.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Pretty good. I've got
Good.
plenty of coffee in me. Already got some shipping done this morning.
Y'all gotta stop
Wow.
talking about coffee now.
What's that?
Y'all got to stop talking about coffee now. I ain't had no coffee. I gotta get some creamer.
Milk.
No, I don't have no milk.
Well,
I'm
what
just
about half and half?
no.
You don't have any half and half? Or carnation?
You don't have a
No.
you don't have a cow in your
I
neighbor's
always keep-
backyard?
No, Tom, that's in your yard, not mine.
No, not in mine.
Well, see, I need some.
Oh, let's see. Tommy said I sold a keyboard for $409.98. Shipped in less than an hour this morning. There's
Wow.
money in
Good
keyboard.
job.
That's awesome. Very
What
good.
kind of keyboard? Musical keyboard or like IBM keyboard? I don't have my chat's not working, so I can't see.
Oh, goodness.
Again.
Yeah, that's a great sale. Congratulations.
Bone crack, I have a problem just getting the listings done, much less the pictures, so I don't feel bad. That's why I do drafts first, and then I can just go do pictures real quick and drop them in there and done.
That's what I do. I do a hard copy draft, and then I do, as I'm doing that, because I like to put it in my iPad. Late at night, I'll sit there on my iPad, put everything in my inventory. A little extra work, but hey.
Ooh,
He says an
80s
80s
Samsung.
Samsung.
A what?
an 80s Samsung. So is that musical? Or is that
Computer.
Computer or
a computer one? I don't know.
I know the IBMs and all of them, the clickety clacks, those sell really good.
Yeah.
I picked a couple up last year at a rummage sale for $1 a piece and sold them for both for $165. They were still
Nice.
in
Yep.
plastic and in their
Clicky
packaging.
keyboard.
Huh?
Keyboard.
A
It's
clickety keyboard.
Clickety clack. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just thinking back in the 80s, they did have the musical keyboards, but they were almost as big as a dadgum piano.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They're supposed to be portable. It's like, damn, anybody got a dolly?
I mean, they were heavy and huge, and
Yeah.
I don't remember if y'all remember the Captain and Tenio,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
but the captain
Scrap
always had
leather.
about a dozen keyboards around his piano.
Mhm.
Muskrat love.
Yep. Good song.
Deb,
Dog-
when are you going to be able to start gracing us with your appearance again? Are they still
Who?
building next door?
She's trying to stay out of jail with those neighbors she has as it is. And she got one out there singing hallelujah at midnight as high as she possibly can.
Oh my gosh.
I tell her you gonna meet her and make her about 5 more minutes. You don't shut up.
I love that song, but not this late at night. Yeah.
I know.
I mean, don't worry about the noise because Lord, when Beth's on here, it sounds like she's putting up a stud wall in her house when she's typing on her keyboard.
Oh, one crack.
That's crazy, bum crack.
Yeah, that would make me mad too, but
Yeah, I know all about those vanishing listings.
things.
I hate that when that happens. Oh, but
I was over in a chat somewhere one night,
Not
and
you.
a lady was talking about she lost that she had a bunch of stuff in, a
mhm.
bunch of auctions in, and 125 of them disappeared.
Ooh.
Mm-mm. That's why you do that. If you do that inventory download, you'll be able to keep up with them.
Yeah.
I mean, it helps. It's
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, you need to do a video about that, Kathy, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
nobody's watching. It'd be all right. I can show you.
I would watch. I don't know. Where's everybody else at? What's everybody doing? Let's see. Where's Bridget and where's Sally? Who else we got missing here? I don't remember. Let's see. Tommy says bum crack. You can leave them. You can't leave them for 30 days. They aren't called drafts at that point. They're called gone. That's true. They do delete them. They fall off after 30 days. So if you got drafts, you need to get them listed. You don't need to save them.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way too. I keep forgetting about them. Like crap. Oh well,
Yeah,
I didn't need to list that anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you're putting the work in there, putting the stuff in the computer and making the draft. And so, you might as well just finish them up. And it's easy to just keep building on that. But it's better if you just get them listed.
Well, if you're doing onesies, ones of this, but if you're doing something that
Sally,
you got 10 different types of 10 different, you've got a similar item, but it's like 10 different variations of it. I guess it's easy to go ahead and power through them and then go take the pictures. But
Yeah.
if you're doing onesie twosies, that's about as good as any.
Yeah. So I think it was, I guess it must have been Sunday. I was going through jewelry and picking through everything. I got through, I think two totes and two of the big storage totes full of jewelry, and I got through, and then there was a couple of other boxes. I made 7, I think it was 7 crafters lots of stuff. So I've got those listed. I was really happy with myself that I got that done.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
Sally.
Hey, what's up?
You got your clothes on right this time? I pulled
Yeah.
a U
Good
this,
job.
I pulled a U this morning, so don't feel bad. I had my jogging pants inside out and backwards. So
Yesterday, even after I said I was gonna go make coffee and turn my shirt inside out, I left it inside out all day. I was like,
who cares?
whatever.
Ain't no big deal.
I ain't going nowhere.
Sally.
I can't go take the grandkids to school like this. I guess I better change.
Oh, you finally got your hat, Valerie.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I love it.
It's really pretty.
I think it's gonna work well for me. The only trouble that I have with hats is a lot of times because my corners on my glasses, the bill of the hat actually lays on my glasses and then pushes my nose down,
So
and
just
it makes it uncomfortable.
just have it up a little bit to where it doesn't touch.
Yeah,
Or turn it to the side.
turn it to
Yeah.
the
You can
side.
roll it to
Yeah,
the side like you're a hip youngster.
Yeah.
yeah. There you go.
That.
Like Todd. When
There you
Todd
go.
goes out, he's got his pawpaw sunglasses on, and then he's got his hat turned around backwards. What do they call them? What are they? Cataract shades? Is that what they're called?
I don't know.
Where's the people from Florida at? They probably
Yeah,
sell them by the gross down there.
The glasses that go over your glasses, is that what
Yeah,
you're
but they're
talking
like
about?
real.
yeah.
Yeah,
they're like
big.
black.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite hat. I got mine from Texas Val.
Jeep hair don't care. There you go. Do you do the Jeep wave?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
Now my daughter and her husband, they always do the Jeep wave.
Mhm.
What is that?
Do 2 fingers. Every time you see another Jeep, you have to wave.
Yeah.
It's a Jeep club.
Yeah.
And see, I don't look good in hats, so I wear mine in the Jeep only. I don't ever wear mine outside.
When I was in high school and I had my CJ5, the girls I dated, they bitched all the time during the summer.
I look like a boy.
No, you don't.
In my T-beard. The boys
Yeah.
like to take the top off, and I have to wear my hat, so my
Yep.
blingy hat.
Well, at least you don't look like an old lady. You know, you got your neckerchief or scarf pulled around under your tied.
Yep.
Todd. Or like what was that yellow hat scarf you had?
Oh, that was an actual body wrap for like when you're at the beach.
Yeah, I keep two. I get one in the Jeep and one outside.
Tom looked like a fortune teller with that thing on.
I see
I'll date you, Angela.
poverty in your future if you don't do some listings.
Yeah, I was gonna say something too, Carol, but I knew she was talking about her grandkids, and I was like, that's a little inappropriate of me.
It's not that type of top off. I'd scare all the boys.
Yeah.
I don't know. After a while, you've seen one boob, you've seen them all.
This is true. I have to say the same thing about penises and balls.
Okay.
Same thing.
There you go.
They all look the same.
Sally gets on here and it's all real now.
Yeah.
All real.
Now it's time to talk.
Get her back on the tracks, Valerie. Get her back on the
Yeah.
tracks.
Yep. Got the 4-wheel drive in and we're off-roading. Yep.
Todd,
I worked in nursing homes, and I worked in mental hospitals. I've worked in a lot of different settings, and I always seen way more than what I wanted to see.
ooh, get it.
Get it, baby.
Get it. I'm getting it. I'm trying to, anyways.
And you had little boys, so you never knew what the hell they were going to be wearing when they came out of their bedroom when they were little. You know?
Actually, my kids were very conserved.
Yeah.
Whenever it came to themselves, except if they had an owie or something, in there somewhere in that vicinity,
Yeah.
they'd show me, they'd be like, "Okay, Mom, I gotta show you something because something wrong,"
Right.
and they knew that they could show, as far as like my brother, I don't think he would do that to my mom.
No.
I don't know. But like,
I don't know.
yeah, but my kids were like, my mom needs to see this.
Well, and that's the thing is we are a lot different than how our parents raised us.
Yes.
We're a lot, I would say, more liberal, more you can talk about sex, drugs, alcohol, whatever. You can talk about that with me and I will,
and my kids were, I gave my oldest son his first beer.
mm-hmm,
He was 15 years old.
mm-hmm.
Because I really wanted him to hate it.
Yeah.
And because his biological father was an alcoholic. And so I was like, oh, he wants to try a beer. I really don't even want to give him beer, but here I am, he's seen me as he was growing up drinking, I was drinking and stuff. And I'm like, I really don't want him to, to like it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want him to like it too much, not that I didn't want him to be able to enjoy himself, but I didn't want him to, overdo it.
Right.
But he took that beer, and it was a Corona. All right.
Oh,
And if you ever had a Corona,
Cheap ass beer.
horse pears.
Yeah.
yeah, if you ever had a Corona, I the way that I drank it was with a lime and some salt,
Yeah.
and that was, and very cold. Well, this was not cold. It was sitting in the
Ooh.
cupboard, and it was probably about 6 months old, and no lime, no salt, no nothing, no cold. So he drank it and he downed it, like he had to make it look good.
Right.
And he's like, that was pretty good. I was like, shit. But he never, like, I can't say he never overdid it. He did go to a couple of his friends' house after he was 21, or maybe he was even younger than that, and drank at his friend's house.
Mhm.
But I don't, but now he might have beer in his refrigerator, but he doesn't like go all out, he doesn't get drunk.
Yeah.
Well, most people will come home, they've had a rough day, they'll have a beer.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
him.
two.
That's him.
Like my neighbor, I had a neighbor, he'd come home with a suitcase every night. And the next day he'd have to go get another suitcase before he came home. You know what I'm talking about? The 24? Is it?
Yeah.
The 24 packs.
30 pack, they're 30 packs now.
Yeah.
But he was like, you'd see him come walking up because he didn't have a driver's license. Why do you think he didn't have a driver's license? He'd come walking up with somebody drop him off, and he'd have his case of bud or suitcase of buds.
That's our sister, Sally.
Yep, I know.
That's my son.
Our sister could drink beer like no tomorrow. I mean, she could. She was I have never been a good drinker. I don't like alcohol.
Able to really put them away.
Oh yeah.
I like bourbon and ginger ale, or I like girl drinks, or I'll drink the occasional beer. But the best beer there can be is when you've been baling hay all day, and there is a big old cooler that's been full of the little Miller glass bottles that's, I think they're like 6 ounces. And they've been sitting in that ice, and they've been chilling all day long. And you can drink one, and it never gets warm. It stays ice cold because they're so small. That's the best beer. Now, mind you, if that was the only way I could get little Miller beers packed on ice, I wouldn't be drinking them because my hay baling days are over with.
Ooh, Ansley says we used to put tangerine in our Corona.
Maybe
that
sounds good too.
There was a bar in Rock Hill that they would pour. They would cut up a piece of lime and a piece of the real sweet, like tangerines. They'd put a slight, they would cut up, you separate it, and then they cut one in half, so it exposed the fruit in the middle of it, and they'd put it in, and then they'd pour the beer, draft beer, Corona draft beer on top of it.
Really, Ansley? Because there's a lot of people that drink Natty Ice.
What is that?
And it's, I don't know. It's pretty cheap. You can buy
natural light ice beer.
Natural ice, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
a lot of people drink it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that drink it, and it's super inexpensive.
It's like cheap, but yeah, you definitely will get.
It's like draft beer in a can almost.
Yeah, we have tall boys for $1.12, I think, at my store.
Yep.
And so I didn't think it would be that good. I've never tried it though.
Damn, you wouldn't be able to keep them in the store if they priced them that low here in Charlotte.
Yeah, so it's just like draft beer. It gives you a bad hangover. It's like the worst hangover you ever could have if you drink a lot of it. Yeah, somebody give Carol a drink. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, she needs some.
I would tell you what, there's nothing. If you want to drink cheap beer, you go for the Beast. Milwaukee's Best.
Oh God, no.
For $2.50, you can get a suitcase of them.
This morning on Chick Picker Channel, we are sponsored by Corona Beer.
Starting early, are you, Todd?
Oh my goodness.
The only way I can
No,
survive the
I'm not
skunk
popping the
smell.
top yet.
I bet she wish.
It's ice
5
cold though.
o'clock somewhere.
That's
I
right.
bought a 12-pack of these about 3 weeks ago, and I still have like 8 of them.
I can't drink that stuff. That's like toilet water
Yeah.
to me.
Good.
I am not a beer drinker. I can barely drink wine. Yeah, and I really haven't found like a cocktail or anything that really, I guess for me it probably would be Bloody Mary is what I like. That's probably one of my favorite drinks.
She likes Bloody Marys and tequila shots.
If you like sweet tea, you ought to get you some Tito's vodka, and it's
Uh-huh.
like it's a smooth vodka, and add it to sweet tea.
Uh-huh.
And it's you won't even taste the vodka in it. And it's really good. If you don't like to drink, but you want to have a few drinks just to relax,
Yeah.
Tito's vodka is the best. I love that stuff.
Back in my younger days, we used to go to this place. Back in my younger days, we used to go to this restaurant called the White Horse. And, they had like subs and spuds and that kind of stuff. One night, one of my friends who had his cousin down from New York, they decided they were going to drink Long Island iced tea.
Oh, Lord.
And I said, okay, I'm in. So they brought out a couple of pitchers of Long Island iced tea. And I had never had it before, and I drank it. It's like, man, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
And the cousin from Long Island said, yeah, this bartender knows how to make them right. You drink them, you could drink it like regular iced tea while you're eating.
Yep.
And I was fine until we paid the bill and decided that it was time to leave. And when I stood up, I was like, it's time to sit back down and have some coffee and dessert.
Yeah, that stuff will hit you like a brick wall.
Yeah.
I found that out the hard way.
Oof.
On a cruise. I was old enough to drink because I was 18. I went down to the lounge and I was drinking those, and they found me at the piano playing Crocodile Rock. And I don't know how to play Crocodile Rock, but I was playing it and singing it.
Hey.
The sad thing is there was people out there dancing.
They were drinking it too.
They're like, we'll have whatever she's drinking.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my
I
gosh.
don't remember what else I was playing, but I remember them finding me, and that's what they told me that I was playing when they found me. So how long I've been playing the piano?
I remember when we were young, me and Susie having so much fun, holding hands
and skipping stones.
I was even
and an old gold chain.
Todd is just a regular memory bank of lyrics.
Crowd rocking was out of sight.
I grew up listening to Elton John. I had no choice. My sister was infatuated with him. Our walls were covered with nothing but Elton John. And every time she'd put her headphones on or turn on the radio, she was listening to Elton John.
Oh my gosh.
It looks like your Batman t-shirt is playing Crocodile Rock drunk. He's got his hands going after that keyboard.
Come at me, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Well, who was getting all the ka-chings a while ago?
What?
I got
Me.
one.
I think that was Sally.
Not me.
That wasn't me.
And the first time I did the Long Island iced tea, I had to go fly to go meet Marcel. We had just got married, and he was over in Las Vegas. So a bunch of friends thought it was cute for us to go out. Well, just have a few drinks. Stood up. They had to escort me to the plane
Oh my gosh.
because I was able to get on the plane. Poor little lady sitting next to me.
Was she holding a barf bag?
Yeah.
No, that slept all the way there. So
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
He's like, do I really have to sit next to shit face?
Thank God I was in first class. It was only us two, wasn't nobody else.
when Roberta and I came back from Australia back in '97 or whenever, it was packed. I mean, that flight was packed. And the lady, Roberta was by the window. I was in the middle, and then there was a lady sat beside me, and she drank from the time we took off in Sydney till the time we got to Los Angeles. And then at one point she wanted to fight with the flight attendant because she wanted some kind of brandy and they only served it in first class. And well, you can go get one. Well, ma'am, I think we need to catch you off. And I was trying to sleep because it was in the middle of the night. And she just sat there and she drank and she would want to talk. And I mean, she's just knocking them back.
Crazy.
Not me.
No.
But the
It's
worst
been a while.
flight-
It's been quite a while since I've had a drink myself. I need to go get me some wine.
Well, in December when you come, we'll buy you some Christmas spirits if we meet up for lunch.
Yep.
Tina will be driving.
As long as I was gonna say, as long as I'm a stickler about that. I don't. If I know I'm gonna be drinking, I am not gonna be driving. So I don't care if I have one drink. I'm not driving.
Well, see, that's the thing about cruising. You can drink and drink and drink, and you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
driving. But the next morning, you wake up at a different island.
Yeah.
You just don't want to drink to the point that you end up waking up in the brig.
No. And I'm not big on hangovers and being sick. I'm way too old for that stuff.
Well, that's just it.
I'm past my prime on that one. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I could handle it these days, but
We back when I guess I was about 20. Well, I was 21. I had a roommate, and it was during the winter, and it was really bad weather. And we were going to go out, and decided not to go out. And so we were like, "What do we got to drink?" And I was like, "Okay, we got some tequila." So we started making tequila drinks. Whatever, we'd drink one thing until we ran out of mixers or whatever, then we'd start to another one. We finally went to bed. The next morning I got up and I was like, I'm about to starve. And so my roommate comes out of his room and he's like, what you doing? I said, I'm gonna make a big breakfast. And we had a gas stove in our kitchen, and it had like 4 burners, and then it had a big griddle in the middle. And it was perfect for, like, you could throw like 6 slabs of bacon up there and then break some eggs out. I was fine until that bacon started sizzling and that smell hit me. And John said he could watch my face go from tan to white to like lime green. And I said, I've got to go back to bed. And I went back to bed and slept all day. I would have probably been fine if I hadn't have made that damn bake. If I just got up and had.
You probably should have just went and threw up and then went and ate.
Yeah.
You would have felt fine.
I don't like throwing up.
Sometimes it's better.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it's better just to let it go, get that stuff out of your system, and then you can move on.
Especially when you got the bed spins.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, get up, and I got to make myself throw up so I can lay down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We might best bring this train back onto the tracks before we piss off all the non-drinkers and the people.
All right.
I'm going to get coffee.
Okay.
Somebody was mean. Somebody was mean to somebody in the chat because they were drinking too much. So now that's just not too good.
What?
Nothing. In other words, we don't want to piss anybody off or make anybody feel bad.
No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to scare.
We did that
anybody off.
yesterday.
Yeah, we did enough of that. Get back on track here.
Speaking of, so where's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's Tara at today?
I don't know where Tara's at. I don't know. But yeah, I got some. I think I have 2 orders to pack. I gotta go across the way to one of my storage units and get some stuff, and then come back and pack some stuff up, and then get to listing. We got hard goods today. I'm on a schedule. Today is all hard goods, so we'll see how well that goes.
Is that what you're listing or what you're?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Cool.
listing. No, that's what I'm listing. I got me a little schedule made so I can kind of stay. I don't know if I'll stay on track, but I'll probably bucket and just do what I want to do anyway. But
Excuse me, you're going to do what?
Bucket.
bucket. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I make my own rules and then I break them. So I don't know. I don't get the
When you're the
reason.
boss, you can do that.
Well, but I make the rules because I want to have things organized, and I want to have some kind of control over what I'm doing. But yeah, I just buck the system.
See, I tried
Yes.
that too.
Yeah.
And
So
somehow everybody changes my plans for me. It's like,
yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
Sick of these people.
Yes, Carol, one of my storage units. I have 3 storage units.
Hey, Rita.
Yes, Tom, I have 3 storage units.
Yeah, but they're small ones. They're not big ones.
They're tiny, and I pay $15 a piece for them a month. So, I mean, that's not,
Must be nice.
that's a little bit. And they're for, I've got the storage units for good reason. So anyway, but yeah, today's hard good. So I've got one pile over here, and then I think I got 2 more boxes over there of hard goods that I can go through. So I'm gonna get started on those, and a lot of that stuff that I can't send into Amazon for one reason or another. So I got to get the piles down enough. And I'm trying to take my living room back, but
Yeah, you got to get it straightened out. So when Lance comes up from Texas, ka-ching, 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 ka-ching.
you know what? And that's the thing is I don't even know if he's from Texas. I don't know.
Well, the way you talked to you was.
It sounded like it, but
He pushed that hat back up and said, "Good morning, little lady. How are you today?"
I don't remember that, but it's a good
And then
possibility.
he took off his jean jacket and he was wearing a
He
t-shirt
didn't have
that
a
said,
jacket
"Save a
on.
horse, not a cowboy."
He didn't have a jacket on. Nope.
Well, see, that's your calling. Maybe you need to start writing bodice rippers.
Huh?
Romance novels. Bodice rippers.
What the heck
Romance
is that?
novels.
Oh.
Because the hero always rips the bodice off of the main female character. That was writing 101 there.
I don't know about that.
Roberta Wright, she wakes up in the morning, she comes up with these weird ass dreams that she's had about people that does not involve me. And I'm like, quick, write it down. That when you retire, that'll be one of the books for you to write.
Tommy says, hell no, $15 a month is terrible. That just ensures that you will never empty them.
That's true.
$209 a month. You get them through them a bit faster. Well, I have my listed inventory in one of them. And so that one is a definite. That one I'm definitely keeping. But and I figured, they're so cheap in price that it actually is helping me rather than hindering me. So the only bad thing that's going to suck is, in the dead of winter when I have to get out of my house and go across the street to the storage unit because they're just right across the street.
with buckets of warm water to melt the doors.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
We take a lighter or a mini torch. That's what I used to have to do.
Yeah, yeah. So
Well, actually, get you a Ziploc bag and put over your lock.
Yeah.
oh, that's a good idea.
You know, pull it up over it and then pull it tight,
Uh-huh.
and then pop it with a couple of staples so it'll hold it tight around it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, every time you go over there, you'll need to put on a new Ziploc bag, but hey,
Yeah.
that's a lot. Ripping it off and having to stick another, 1 cent Ziploc bag on it's a lot
Right.
easier than having to deal with trying to thaw out your lock and everything else.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. I feel the same way about the Carol says I like to have my crap close by. I feel the same way. I do like it to be, close by. And that's why I don't put like clothing over there. It's just hard goods that are over there. And that's what I try to do with all my hard goods is just keep them over there. And they're not like climate controlled or anything like that. When I moved to Texas, I actually want a nice 2-car garage, and that's where I want to put my inventory. So that's one of the things that I'm gonna
Do have a central air vent put out there to it.
Huh?
I said have a central air vent put out to it, so it'll be cool.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean,
A buddy of
it
mine
would
when he
be
built his house, his new house has a 2-car garage and it has central air and heat. It just dead ends out there in his garage.
yeah.
So his cars are not 105 degrees in the summertime and
That makes sense.
not 28 degrees, during the wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
And I know if Nikki's hearing this, she's like, what a bunch of sissies.
Yeah.
28 degrees.
Yep. I don't know if Texas homes have basements. I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
Todd,
it'd be great if I could get, I don't think they do.
Todd's house has a basement, but when it started filling up with oil, he had to move his crap up into his bedroom.
Yep. True enough.
His Earl.
Yeah, his Earl. Hmm. But yeah, that's
Most
definitely
houses in
something.
the area you're looking to move to are built on limestone.
Yeah.
So no, to have a basement, you'd have to. The cost would be prohibitive to dig that out of a mount.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yep.
basements are pretty impractical in most of Texas.
Yeah. Yeah. So, just if I can just get like a nice 2-car garage and then I can put my inventory out there, that'd be great. That would be amazing. Because I do agree. I like to have my stuff very close. But that's okay. It was just a little too much. And then I have one with unlisted stuff. And then what else do I have? And then I have one that I'm putting all of my moving stuff. I'm putting all my stuff in there. So, just totes that of stuff that I don't need right now, and I probably won't need it until I get to Texas. That's where it's going. So,
Hey there, Julie.
Julie,
Hi, Karen.
hope you're having a good day. She had a rough night before last with AJ, so I hope you got some sleep.
Oh, goodness.
She was up with him most of the night before last, so that's difficult when you're pregnant and you got another kid and you got to deal with that. That's rough. Now nobody wants to sleep, and except you. Yeah, that's difficult. Oh, she said we all slept good. That's awesome. Ansley says, Valerie, I really want you to be aware of them scorpions. Don't forget they're there. Get that black light. Okay.
To that.
What does a black light have to do with it?
I don't know.
They glow under a black light.
Oh.
Check your shoes all the time before you put them on.
Yeah, that's the way. Actually, there's people that catch those to.
Deep fry them.
No,
Yeah.
they catch those to make anti-venom.
Yeah.
So when somebody gets bit, they can get a shot, but I think it actually takes like 100 scorpions to make one dose of anti-venom.
So if you get bit by a scorpion, is that like life threatening?
Is this
I
just
think it's
clear?
mostly for the anti-venom is mostly for elderly or children or whatever. If you get bit on your foot or stung on your foot,
You're sick.
you'll get sick, but you'll get over it. I mean, a full-grown adult that's not in
So
horrible
you're not gonna
condition.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning, nice cold water.
I think it's
Okay.
those clear ones, ain't it, Todd, that they say are the venom ones that will kill you.
That
Marcel
sounds
was
familiar.
saying
I don't know. I
from
don't know about that
Arizona.
for sure.
Yeah.
Why?
Carol. Hot ice cold water.
Yeah, Carol, stay up north.
Yeah, what is
Marcel used to live in Arizona, so they would see those, and they said those were the clear ones or the white ones were the worst.
Huh.
Like, I don't
And
even-
probably for children and elderly, you're probably getting sick and dying of the
so much toxin.
Yeah.
well, I don't know about that, but maybe like an infection.
Yeah.
More like infection than you are the actual bite or whatever.
Yeah.
Just plant a lot of lilac around your house.
Morning,
Tracy.
Tracy. Lilac.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
it's supposed to be a deterrent for
Oh,
scorpions.
Lord. Stick
Mm.
scorpions.
No.
And don't you have to look for like in your bed too sometimes? Because like I'm gonna stay in Mississippi. I'll deal with
That
my
makes me-
little
You know, to me, it sounds like I want to buy an abandoned water tower and build me an apartment up there at the top of it. Just now. Because them little bastards can crawl up those steel pipes, getting that to them, then they can have the place.
Mhm.
Hi, Tracy.
Yeah, I don't want to find out if I'm allergic to them, Ansley. I'm good.
And you can be
I'll go in the
allergic to
mountains
them.
with Liz.
You might not be allergic to them now, but you know, 5 years from now, you might be allergic to them.
I don't plan on trying to find out either way now, next year, 2 years from out near, or 8 years from now.
Are you? You've got to be my wife's long lost sister. Because I told her, I said, when I get old, I said, with my allergies, we're going to move to Arizona. She says, well, you'll be moving by yourself because there's scorpions out there and I'm not going out there. And I'm like,
They have grasshoppers that eat freaking sheetrock out there, Todd.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's like whenever they eat sheetrock, no, I think I'm good. They can have the damn house. I'll stay here in Mississippi, Tennessee. I'm good.
Kathy,
Freaking critters.
Kathy, you over here, you've got hillbillies and rednecks, and over here you got scorpions and grasshoppers and eat sheetrock. You'll stay with the hillbillies and the rednecks,
I
right?
know how to handle them.
Yep.
Vicky's riding in her truck going, well, if you moved up here, you wouldn't have them problems.
That's right.
Gosh.
I could see. My mom and dad, when they had the RV, they used to, during the wintertime, they'd go to like Arizona out west. And the first time they went out there, they met some other old people out there with their RVs, and they said, you got to be careful what you take back home with you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want some of them hitching a ride.
I don't ever remember having a problem because we used to go to my grandma and grandpa's house in Bullhead City, Arizona. And I don't remember having a problem with scorpions out there. That's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna stay over here on this side. I'm good.
There's a reason that Mississippi's there, isn't it? Because if some scorpions start making their way across the Mississippi, they're going to end up in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, in heartbeat, or be eaten by the damn snakes.
That's right.
They'll become scorpion gumbo here.
Them rattle-headed copper moccasins will get them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ain't about all that. Y'all can have that stuff. I mean, the pictures were crazy whenever she showed them to us. Like, what? No, how big are those things? Like this big? It's nah. Good.
Yeah, that's a little scary.
Yeah, it's like you be laying in the bed in the middle of the night, you hear something munching down, you go in, it's a grasshopper. Like, oh hell no.
Eating your sheet rock.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it is funny, Carol says it's funny how you get used to the animals that's in your area. Yeah, I'm not afraid of bears, but there's bears around here. I'm not afraid of bears, deer, skunk. I mean, I don't want to get sprayed, but they're around.
I was not afraid of skunks either.
Crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm afraid that my dogs will get sprayed by them more than I'm going to get sprayed by them.
Well, just lock them outside. Don't let them come in the house and rub against everything. God damn, Sally.
That must be a spider.
Yeah.
I knew what that was.
What are you doing?
Talking about getting used to the critters.
No, leave it. Leave it. No. Oh, Lord.
Tell
Are you all right, Sally?
Out of her chair.
It was a big spider. They're bad this year.
Yeah, ours are too here. We've been seeing a lot, and we had that pest people coming in. I'm going to give him one more shot, and after this, I'm going to tell him, look, y'all can keep y'all's damn service. I can do better than y'all.
My God. I hate that.
Oh, there's Rita.
Yeah, our southern critters. Absolutely.
Yeah, you never know when you go out and bang on the hood of your car in the morning and make sure there's not a possum hanging up there under the hood.
If he is, he's going to be meat, shredded.
Well, we've got some strays that I've got one of them I can actually touch now. As soon as I can, I'm going to take him and have him fixed. It's a cat. I don't know whether I threw that out there or not, but they're stray cats. Anyway, I put them out a little dry food in the evening. And hell, I looked out the window one day and there's this big fat raccoon out there just having him a dinner. And the cats were sitting up on the car watching him.
He ain't stupid. I can't mess with that. Did you kill it, Sally?
No, I don't know where it went.
See, I'd never been up by that chair then at that point.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, he's on my desk.
Well, smash him. Get a damn magazine and swat him.
I don't know where he's at, and I'm not going looking for him.
He gonna come looking for you.
It's just that.
Oh my God, wolf spiders.
He wasn't even really big. He was, about that big, but he
Dang.
he was like a jumping spider,
Oh, I hate those.
and he just came out and walked around my book and then went back behind my monitor. I got too much shit on this desk to go find him. I'd have to move everything.
Spiders up here that remind you of the ones from Arachnophobia where you move and they move.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Hell no.
Yeah, keep that.
A girl I went to high school with, she's married to a guy that's a good bit older than her, and he was a former biker and all this kind of stuff. And you look at him and he just screams badass. He sees a mouse, he will jump on the top of a kitchen table in a skinny minute.
Oh, watch me too.
I'll be on
And
top of the cabinet.
Her daughter was about 11 years old, and he screamed, and his daughter went in there, and she said, "It's just a mouse, Daddy. Don't be such a pea." And he said, he forgot about the mouse then. He said, "What did you say, young lady?" She said, "You heard what I said. Y'all know what I mean."
Yeah.
Okay. And she said, "You're a big old man." And he's a big old man. She's like, "You're a big old man, and you're a former biker, and God only knows what you used to do. And a little tiny mouse walks across the kitchen floor, and you're screaming like a little girl." He said, "Well, you just keep that amongst us."
Yeah, I'm
And then one of his buddies who goes back to his biker days, he'll come over and he'll say, somebody will hear something that sounds like a mouse, and he'll look over at him and say, "It's not a mouse." So his buddy knows that he hates mice. They're so cute, but they're so creepy. The little feet.
Ew.
What are we talking about?
Mice.
Nothing.
Okay.
Roxy, I'm gonna tell you what now. She looked at me. She's a full-figured young lady, but she loves to mess with mice. We don't have a mice problem around here because you'll see her, she starts coming across the floor, she's all hunkered down and her ears laid back. She's listening and following them. In a few minutes, you hear them bouncing against the wall and where she got them. She is a mouser. Our male cat, Pumpkin, he can't be bothered. He's asleep on a queen-size bed where the fan's going over him. We don't have time to mess with that. That's what the girls are for.
Gosh.
We don't have any
Right,
mice.
my little mouser.
We don't have any
Check
mice.
my trap. I had to look at my trap, make sure it was empty.
Sally is not going to get anything done the rest of the day.
No mice or chipmunks here because Teresa thinks she's got to feed every cat in the neighborhood.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Watch out, those fuckers be living in your house too.
You don't have them jumping spiders up there, do you, Sally?
Huh?
Yeah.
You don't have the jumping spiders, do you?
Oh yeah, that's what that was.
Or was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of flipped because I had a spider come after me.
No, Sergey hates spiders too. He doesn't nothing else bothers him. Spiders
okay.
freaks him out.
I'm okay if I see a spider and it's over there, and it's I can see it.
Right.
It's like, ooh, that's nasty. But I'm not gonna flip out.
Yeah.
But they
I'm
come
the
after
same
me.
way.
I'm like, what?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I would much rather have a spider. I mean, I know the spiders can be bad and everything, but I don't, if I see a spider, I'm going to kill it.
Mm.
I don't have any problem.
I
I'd much rather have a
tried.
spider than a dang mouse.
We've got this big
Ooh.
wolf
I would
spiders
too.
here.
I would too.
The big hairy wolf spiders we have here, they actually look like tarantulas.
Yeah.
They had tore down a trailer and they had that big thick foam. Because they had insulated roof. The company comes in and puts it out. Well, they left all the foam up there. And when I was insulating my shed, I thought, oh, that'd be perfect. So I went up there and loaded my truck up with it. Come home and Teresa was helping me pull it off. And I flipped this piece of foam over, and there was a spider. I kid you not, that big. It come at me. I'm like, ah! Took off running. The sheet of foam went one way, and I went halfway up the street. Chrissy's like, I said, that spider can carry that by itself. He looked at her. She's like, oh my, that is big.
Oh, wow.
I said, I swear to God, I think that thing was carried. Here you go.
Oh my God. Hey, you got an extra eight hands to help you carry that in there.
I don't care.
No.
I wouldn't come down the street until she had it killed. I mean, I was literally halfway up the street.
Oh my
Y'all be sure and give Valerie. Y'all be sure and give Valerie a thumbs up because you can't get this kind of entertainment nowhere.
Nope, you can't.
Only on the Valerie channel.
Mhm.
That was a spider that would give you nightmares. That's how big it was. Like, holy
Oh my
crap.
gosh.
Tracy
you
said,
kill
"I
it?
didn't know you can run that fast." I said, neither did I.
Did you kill it?
I wouldn't come near the truck. I was like, I said, what am I supposed to unload this all by myself? I said, yeah, I'll stand way over here.
I'll supervise for a year.
You check each piece and I'll carry it back, but you make sure that spider's gone.
Oh my gosh.
I can take everything else, but spider, nope, I'm gone. See ya.
Yeah, I found a few big ones here. Not that big, nowhere near that big. But you know, I've seen a few
Lay
big
down.
ones.
Lay down. I can't see the monitor now. I gotta turn.
Yeah, it's pretty, they can get pretty big. Yeah, like I said, I've had some big I'm pretty sure they're brown recluses.
Oh.
In the but I've sprayed my back porch. The spray that I have is called something Home Defense or something. And I can spray that stuff down, and anything that gets in, they'll get in, but they'll die not long after.
Mm.
So
I have that stuff.
it works really, really well. I put it around my windows inside and out. I put it around the baseboards, and it doesn't have a smell to it. So it works wonders. It really does.
My friend's son has a tarantula, and that damn thing wanders the house all the flipping time.
Oh my
The
gosh.
only time they put him in a cage is at night because they're scared somebody will step on him during the night.
Oh, he wouldn't even make it through the day.
But
Yeah.
they just let him. They open the cage door and he wanders around the house.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, even the cats and dogs don't mess with it. They'll lay down and they said they come in and the dog will be curled up in his bed and the tarantula will be laid up on top of him asleep.
Oh my gosh.
But they find, I guess they've sort of got him trained that, it always shows up about dinner time. I guess everybody, it knows where everybody congregates at. And they put him in his cage for the night, or her. Because like I said, they don't want to, take the chance of stepping on it during the night.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. I'm glad that little boy he's not afraid of spiders, but I don't want nothing crawling all over me.
Mm-mm.
This one right here is enough. I don't want no 8-legged thing walking all over me.
No.
No, eight-legged freaks. Ain't doing it.
And these people that have snakes in their house as pets,
No.
If I just offended anybody, I'm sorry, but you need to have some psychological profiling done.
My brother had 2 of those white rats with those pink eyes, and I told my mom, I'm not coming over your house as long as he has those damn things in there. There's no damn way.
I had a hamster like that. His name was Socrates when I was a kid. He used to ride around on my train set. I'd be playing with my train set, and he'd crawl right up in the car and ride around the train.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
My dad would
hamsters
be
are
like,
cute.
yeah, hamsters are cute. I said, he said, isn't this little female electrocuted? I said, I don't know. Apparently not.
Their shelf life is
Said
not
he
too
once
long,
found a
though.
dog in his house.
All right, bless it. You
Ugh.
have it.
Ugh.
Get you
Oh my
company.
goodness.
Where's Hank at today?
She's in here. She's in and out of the chat. She
Oh.
was.
Who is that?
Hank. I just haven't
Hank.
seen her.
Hank Allen Cash.
You're being paged, lady.
Yeah.
Morning, Jennifer.
Sa- Sally,
I'm
what you got going on today?
Today's Tuesday, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm off today.
Woo.
So it feels like it's been too long, because I had the night off the other night.
Right.
So it feels like it's been too long. I just got work to do today.
Yeah.
I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah. The only place I gotta go is I gotta go to the post office. But that's pretty much it. I think I'm just gonna be staying home today.
Hi, Hank.
Getting some listings done and working on some hard goods. I got a little bit of everything in that box over there, so
Yeah.
start from the top and just work it down to the bottom and see how far I get.
Yeah, I got the call the other day that my thing for my insurance went through with like a what do you call it, or a pre authorization or something of like my MRI.
Uh-huh.
And so I had to wait for that until I could call and get it set up. Well, I called to get it set up yesterday and they sent the wrong order. Like they sent an order for my upper back and it's on my lower back.
Oh my gosh.
And he says, well, if it was the same order number, then it would be fine, but it's not. So they'll have to do another pre-authorization.
Oh
So
my gosh.
I have to wait again
Ugh.
to get that MRI done.
How long does it take?
I don't know. The first one took a week and a half.
Oh, you need to be calling and bitching somebody out. It's not supposed to take that long.
Shouldn't.
No, they should be within like 48 hours. They should know because all they do is they look at what the code that the person that's the doctor's put on there, and then they compare it with the codes in their book, and they say yay or nay or maybe.
Yep.
I mean, that ain't rocket science. Believe me, I've done that dance a lot of times since Roberta's been sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carol wants to know, Valerie, what's your goal? What's my goal?
To get to Texas.
My goal?
Hogtie Lance.
Oh, my listing goal? I don't know. I don't know. 50.
That's high. That's high.
Good luck, Valerie.
Are you high too?
Happy anniversary. It's Rita. Rita's anniversary.
Oh, happy anniversary, Rita.
Happy anniversary.
That's what I was about to say. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. There you go.
Happy anniversary.
And I promise you, I've never worked in a restaurant.
Dang it.
I can't remember who it was, but they had I think it was Outback that used to have a really catchy birthday song because everybody was scared to use Happy Birthday because it was still in court.
Yep.
But they put in thoracic, and thoracic is basically under your neck, right? And so they should have put in lumbar.
Yep.
Because it's actually at my waist. So but because they did that way or whatever, it's not the same.
Yep. All right, Carol. She said, Valerie, I'm gonna be DMing you all day. That's all right.
Oh, Rita, 36 years, girl.
Wow.
Both of y'all are
That's,
still alive?
Oh
that
my
is
god,
awesome.
that
That's
is an
awesome.
eternity.
That is awesome.
But you know what? My parents are going on 65.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, tomorrow is or was me and Mike's anniversary. And the reason why it's September 18th is so we wanted to get married, but we didn't plan on like a big wedding or anything like that. But if we were going to get married, it would have had to have been sometime in September because usually the last week in September and on is harvest, where they start harvesting corn. And once they start that, I was lucky to see him an hour every day, because he would come in usually at it could be 10:30, 11:30 at night, and then be back to work at 4:30 in the morning. Um, and so we just decided the 18th was a good day, and I took off work and we went to the courthouse and did it. So, and we didn't tell nobody.
Yeah.
We didn't tell nobody until after we did it. His mom, his sisters, we didn't tell nobody. We just went and did it and then told everybody afterwards. So it was a good day.
Yeah, that's what Roberta and I did. We snuck off and got married. The next day I went into work and my mom was the bookkeeper for my dad. And I said, oh, by the way, Roberta and I got married last night. She said, what? You couldn't have gone to a church to get married? I'm like, Mom, we've both been through that route one time before. She had a pretty good sized wedding. My first wife had a huge wedding. I always tell my children, look, dude, since I have sons, my ex-in-laws paid about 40 grand and 78 money for a wedding. And it cost me about $700 and 79 money to get unwedded.
Crazy. Yeah, both of my daughters, they wanted, I know that they wanted a wedding. They wanted a big wedding, but they actually went to the same place and got married on the same day, and yeah, and they're still kicking. They're still doing it. So
I think a lot of times people spend a lot of money and there's just not enough till death do we part going into that wedding, you know what I mean?
sure.
And the least little thing and it's over with.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, they call it disposable weddings now. Speaking of disposable weddings, Kathy, I'm coming to see you like in about 3 hours because Roberta is at work and they were picking up they were supposed to pick her up her computer at 8:00 this morning to reset it up and load some new software on it, and they still haven't got there. And she is bitching like I'll get out through Discord. So I think I need to go someplace tonight. So it's gonna take me about
Come on,
6
you
hours
won't
to
make
get
me tomorrow.
there.
One of us might die, but that's okay.
I was gonna say, well, why are you going to Kathy's?
Because she's about 6 hours away. Because she is not happy.
Yeah,
My wife
well,
is not happy.
well, you just need to do something to make her happy then.
That's right.
When she gets home, and just be at her beck and call.
Listen, I pick her up just about every day at work.
I know.
And when I get to her, I open both doors of her side of the vehicle, and I take her rolling laptop bag, and I say, "How are you doing today, ma'am? Do you need to make any stops on the way home?" And she says, "I'm still not giving you 5 stars." Because I always tell her I feel like I'm her Uber driver. Because I've had people, because I've got up and I've got there and people have walked up to me and said, "Are you an Uber driver?" No, I'm not. I feel like it.
funny.
I'm an Uber driver that doesn't get paid.
Just for my wife. That's it.
Yeah, but she is not a happy camper.
Don't blame her.
No.
I mean, you know, I'm sure Marcel has had to do with corporate IT. And people
He
in
is
the,
the corporate IT for his company, so
oh, is he?
yeah. But he only fuss at himself if it goes wrong.
Oh, they have, they're always having some kind of crap. And she has a bunch of stuff. She has a bunch of stuff that she has gone out and found herself and has got permission from her supervisors to load it on her computer. So when they do one of these wipe and reloads, then she's got to go back and reload her stuff.
Oh well.
And people will call her and say, "Can you run this on that little program you got?" And she's like, "Why doesn't the corporate just buy it a copy for everybody?"
Yeah.
You know? Because if she finds something she likes, I told her to, if she wanted to buy, if they'll let her load it, to buy it.
Mhm.
Don't get carried away. But
Get it.
Get it, baby. Get it.
so she's not happy.
Who's getting it?
I got it.
I might have to go get her
Thanks, Sally.
I might have to stop and get her some potato chips from Zaxby's before I pick her up.
That are fried pickles.
Oh yeah, deep fried pickles.
I would rather have their sides than I like their chicken. Their chicken's good, but I could make a meal off of just their sides, their fried mushrooms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I sold a Snoopy's pillowcase.
Cool.
Nice.
Was it pre-owned?
Yeah, it was old.
Even better, baby.
Hmm.
Even better.
I paid $16.
Dang.
Mhm.
They like Snoopy.
That's awesome.
Which I like.
Carol, how you doing on your ties?
She
On
has
her
some
what?
cool ties.
She got like 400 ties.
Those are
Mhm.
some neat
That's
ties
net.
in here.
Where did she get 400 ties from?
From
Dwayne's auction.
Dwayne's
Dwayne's
Oh,
auction. I didn't-
no, it wasn't Dwayne's. It was Roland Pickers.
Oh.
Was it?
Oh, that's right, Roland Pickers.
Yeah,
His
and
granddaughter, wasn't it?
yeah, it was his granddaughter's auctions. They do an auction. Lovely, Lily's Lovely Lots is her YouTube, or where they do the auction at, and they do it I think it's every Friday afternoon. They do an auction, and
She got 76 listed already. That's
awesome, very good.
Oh,
But yeah, so she got those from there, and I've got 2 boxes coming this week. Should be this week.
Oh yeah, of what?
I've got a bracelet, and I won a contest.
yeah,
I
it was
guess-
Dwayne. Yeah, it was Dwayne's auction. She said it just
Oh,
had
was it?
Pickers, granddaughter on there.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. That's
that's
right. Yeah, you're right. That is correct. But there was a amethyst bracelet that I bid on. I won that, and then I won a contest. I guessed the number of a drawing, and I won a prize, and I can't remember for the life of me what the prize was. But there's something else coming with it. Anyway.
Oh.
So I got that, and then on Dwayne's auction, Barb was on there, and she was auctioning a Waterford crystal vase.
Right, you were telling us about that yesterday. Yep.
And it had some costume jewelry in it, and so I'm kind of course, I wasn't in it for the vase, but if I can, I'll make some money on the vase, probably sell that, and then but I'm interested to see what kind of jewelry's in the vase.
Yeah.
So yeah, it should be good.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah.
did good on Best Channel last night.
Thanks. We had a great time. It was a good video, a good show. She does really good. She's so organized. you know, and strives to be very organized and everything. And I give her kudos too, because, you know, even though she only works twice a week, you know, 2 days a week, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And, you know, I give her kudos for that. For anybody that works a full-time job or a part-time job and does this on the side, I give you kudos for that. Definitely.
Well, thank you.
That's Beth.
Yeah.
Why don't you beat them into submission? Haven't you heard that damn keyboard? Sounds like she's gonna
Yep.
beat that thing to death.
Yep.
Yeah,
it
you
does.
know, it's just where her speaker's placed or something. Her
I'm sure.
Oh yes, Carol. You like this unorganized show. There's no, and that's what makes it a good show, is
Mhm.
there's no organization, there's no, it's not scripted, you know. There ain't
And
none
none
of
of us can remember.
Yeah.
that.
I lost my script.
You cannot script this kind of good entertainment.
Nope, not at all. Not at all.
If it was, poor Todd's would just say, Todd, silence. Todd, silence.
Yep.
Even
Not
though
them
Todd,
also.
What?
70, she said 76. Wasn't it in their song it's 76 trombones or something like that?
6 trombones.
Yeah.
Parade.
Yep.
That's from a
Okay.
musical, I think.
When I heard 76, it made me think of two things: the year I graduated from high school and that song.
That song was played in that movie, which I've always liked this movie. It's called
Music Man.
no, it was called
Yes.
well, it
Mhm.
might have been
Yeah.
Music Man.
I don't know about that one, because I don't think I've ever seen that. But it was played in the movie called The Other Sister. And that is a good movie if you ever get a chance to watch that.
Hmm.
That's very good.
76 trombones led the big parade
That's
with
it.
110 cornets right behind. There were rows and rows of the finest virtuosos. And all the rest of the
You're doing good, Todd.
Todd, you good, son. He can remember all these lyrics, but he can't remember where he put his phone down while
Shut up, Tom.
Hey, listen, I walked around this house for 10 minutes looking for my glasses, and I had pushed them back up on my head like this.
I do that all the time.
I hate that when that happens.
And Vanya said, "What are you looking for, Dad?" My glasses. Dad, they're on your head. Are you okay? Do I need to take you to the ER?
Mhm.
Selling toast?
Oh my gosh.
So
No.
that person that just bought the pillowcase for me
Uh-huh.
just sent me a message and said, "How is the quality?"
Okay.
Did you not look at the pictures?
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think I'm even gonna message them.
I don't understand that.
But what? They already bought it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
That screams trouble to me already.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I wouldn't respond. That might be a bad it may make me a
Well,
bad reseller, but
I mean, how is the quality? It's a used pillowcase.
yeah.
Like,
They can go back and look at the pictures again. You can just respond back that it's in pre-owned condition. That they're more than welcome to go back and look at the pictures.
yeah.
Yeah.
If they have any questions, just to let you know and be done with it.
Yeah.
yeah.
But would you rather have to pay to have it sent back to you if it's not good?
Why am I
Well,
gonna pay?
Yeah, Sally's not gonna pay. I mean,
As long as she puts
everything,
it in there.
as long as everything is in the listing, it's not gonna be an INAD,
Yeah.
you know, and it's not your problem that they didn't ask questions before they paid.
Yeah.
That's the stupidest thing right there is why
Yeah.
you're supposed to ask that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. Why didn't they ask all these questions before
Yeah.
they purchased the item?
Because they're dumbasses.
I've had them do
Yeah.
that before. It's kind of crazy.
If it were me, I'd just leave it. I mean, if if that's the way they want to do this, then they probably shouldn't be buying on eBay.
Yeah, no
Because
doubt.
apparently they don't know what the process is. Just saying. I don't know. So
I mean, I've had them do that to me before. I just told them it's in pre-owned condition, that the picture's still available for them to view if they had any other questions.
yeah,
But then
I'm just gonna copy and paste the condition and seller notes.
that's a good idea. Do that. Bum Crack Picker says I get all fired up to list once I've watched a show until I get the next YouTube notification that it all comes to a stop. Until the next one is finished, then my day runs like this. Oh my God.
Man,
put him in YouTube timeout.
Yeah. Time to quit the YouTube, start up the eBay. Carol says I would respond as I would rather cancel than
Yeah.
deal with the mess about the return.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you can cancel it now before you even send it out and have to deal with the hassle of return.
Yeah,
hate stupid people.
yeah, I know.
I got a
And some-
message a couple of days ago asking to change an address for a package I had just taken to the post office.
Don't you hate that?
Sorry, Charlie.
Nope.
You're SOL.
Oh,
And when you tell them that you've already shipped it, because what I try, if I was to sell something right now, I would start packing it right now so I could get it in the mail.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
I had one guy who canceled something about 20 minutes after he had bought it, and I had already shipped it. I mean, packed it, put it in the mailbox, and it had already been picked up.
Mhm,
And I'm like, it's already been shipped.
mhm.
And they're like, already? I said, yes, sir. I tried to get it out. I tried to get it out as soon as it, I try to get it like morning stuff out to hit the mail carrier. And then when I go out in the afternoon to pick up somebody from somewhere, which happens every day, then I try to start, I'll whip it by the mailbox.
Yeah.
I don't want stuff sitting around here. I don't want to get lost like hats and things like that, I guess there's a lot of people that have experience where it takes them 3 or 4 days to get something shipped out.
I don't see how that. I mean, I do have 2 day handling time on mine, but I still ship everything one day. I just leave that I have that as a cushion.
That's a
But
cushion for you in case you just not feeling well,
yeah,
or you got to take your car to have a alternator put on it or
Yeah.
something like that.
absolutely. It's a cushion and it works very well, but I still ship everything one day. Usually, especially on my Poshmark, because the sooner they get the item, the sooner I can get my money. And so especially my Poshmark stuff, I'll ship out quick. But I do the same with eBay too. I just try to get everything out that's selling.
Were
I
you
just want-
poshing at Christmas last year?
Yeah.
Did things get busier at right before Christmas, or
I don't know that they got busier, but it was steady.
Yeah.
It was steady. A lot of people say that clothing and stuff used clothing does not sell at Christmas time. And in my experience, and I'm only talking about my experience, but in my experience, it sells year round. You have your ebb and flow, your busy times, your slow seasons. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really I can't really say, August was a slow month or, September was, I don't really pinpoint, slow months and busier months. I don't really do that because it changes every year because there's, different things that are changing with eBay, different things that are changing with Poshmark. So I just, I try not to focus on that stuff because I'm trying to focus on today.
Right.
What's getting done today, what's selling today, what I can list today. And I know that those metrics and those numbers are important, but to me, they're not that important to me.
Right.
Jody says, I'm thinking about another place to sell jewelry. I heard Poshmark is not easy. And do you cross post your items on eBay and Posh? Yeah, Poshmark is, I'm not going to say anything is easy because there's things that you have to do with eBay that's, I mean, you list it and you sell it, but yeah, you got to work a little bit with the Poshmark.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie about that, but it's doable. I do it. You just got to work it. But yeah, Poshmark is a great place to put jewelry. And I do cross post all my items. Yep.
And Carol.
It's not always easy for the other. So, but the hardest part I think of Poshmark is the sharing. That's where a lot of people don't like is the sharing. The shipping's easy, the listing's easy.
Yeah.
It's real easy to cross post over from eBay to Poshmark if you have it all open. You just have to have the square pictures. That's probably the hardest part to it.
Yeah. But I mean, if you find a good way to share, it's you, and you just keep up with that, and everybody does it different.
Yeah.
I try to share my store every 2 hours. Other people are like, I can't do that. That's just what I do. I try to do anyway. So
Get your own rhythm.
yeah. Everybody does it different. No doubt about it.
The rhythm of the night. All right, it's 11 o'clock. I gotta go.
Okay. You have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Thanks for having me on. Thanks for sharing, and thank y'all for supporting this lovely lady. Be sure to give her a thumbs up.
Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
No, they don't do like that. You have to actually go in there and do it yourself.
Yeah. It doesn't import your listing. It you have to do the you can cross post, but yeah, you have to do the listing.
Yeah, start from scratch basically.
Yeah.
If you've never done it before.
Where's Bridget at today?
I don't know.
She's at the doctor.
Oh, is she?
Oh,
Yeah. Good.
She had a big old bunch of boxes yesterday. She said, sorry I didn't make it in. She had a bunch of boxes for Amazon's she was shipping off. So
no excuse, Bridget. Joe.
Josette.
She just Bridget Joe to me.
Oh, okay. All right. I think I'm going to wrap it up over here on this end. The fee's better than eBay. It's 20%.
That's after you make the sale. And it's free. You can list as much as you want.
Yeah. The list, they don't charge you for the listing. They only charge you when you sell. You don't get the money right away. The item has to get to the person and then they have to give you a rating. But I think it's the 4th day you get your money. But it's a good, I love it. I'm a big believer of it.
They have a support site you can go to also and check it out. They'll just do Poshmark chat or just look Poshmark questions, go on there. They have all kinds of information.
Yep. And if you ever have any questions or anything, you can email, a lot of us have Poshmark. So If you
Yeah.
have any questions, you can message any one of us, and if we can't answer it, we'll find the answer. So.
And I got the videos up how to, so if you need to go
Yep.
do that'll help you along the way.
All right, Carol, I'll be expecting your message in a couple of hours. Crack that whip. All right. I hope everybody has a great day, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Bye, guys. Have a good day. Get lots of sales.
Have fun. Let's see if I can do this.